everyone. We have SilverDile here with Wiz and Liz for the Genesis.
Hi chat, how's it going? I'm excited to be here and show off what might be the fastest game you'll see all marathon.
Oh, lofty words.
I mean, Wiz and Liz is fast, and interestingly enough, it requires almost no skill, just pure reaction speed. So, I'm going to be showing off two different categories here. First, the Apprentice category, which will last roughly about 5 minutes. And then we'll move on to the Wizard category, which should take less than 15. So this game is very short and very fast.
I'm ready on time when you are. Would you prefer to do each separately or together?
Yeah, we'll do Apprentice, and then we'll stop, and then we'll do Wizard. There
Cool.
might be some minor explanation in between.
Sounds good to me.
So before I start the time here, Apprentice mode is going to happen, like I said, in under 5 minutes. Basically, the goal here is I'm going to collect rabbits and spell words and then get indoors as fast as possible. There is a point where I'll be looking for potatoes, but if I don't get them, it'll be fine, and maybe I'll get a level skip. So, if you're ready on time, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thanks. So every run will begin by mixing these two fruits, a strawberry and an apple, and getting this door right here. This takes you to level select, where you just pick a level and get going. At the top of the screen, you'll see some magic word. By collecting rabbits, I will get the required letters to spell that word, and then a door will appear. After I have the door appearing, I do have the option to collect fruits that you see in the bottom right that I can use to mix magic potions that do anything and everything. This game has weird little mini games. It'll sometimes give you stars, which are currency. They'll give you time. It'll change the colors of the rabbits, which does effectively nothing but change the color of the rabbits. The barrier for entry, though, if anybody is wanting to pick up a game and just start speedrunning, the barrier for entry for Wiz and Liz is actually very low. All you have to do is just collect rabbits, and everybody can do that. Now, normally I would go in the door immediately here, but since there's a potato and I'm going to try and do a level skip, I'm going to pick it up, even though it'll lose 10, 12 seconds. Where's the door? There it is. And there's the other potato, which some of you who have played this game before understand that this game revolves around potatoes. Almost every category now hinges on getting potatoes at just the right time. The Wizard category used to not be like that, but I just discovered a new route where now potatoes matter. So it's kind of become a little bit of a meme. Oh, I don't want to mix those yet. So it also matters that all of these words that you're seeing that I'm spelling, like Gaskin and Snarf and Trunk and whatever words you see, they actually all have definitions that will be required to know for the Wizard category. There's only like 150 words. They're mostly silly, but they're just fun and different, and they're really not that bad. So after this level, we will then go into a boss level where we'll just have to fight a giant flower, and when the flower dies, that'll be the end of the Apprentice category.
Quick category.
Yeah, so I don't know what the timer's at right now, but I'm going to guess probably around 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
You are correct.
So there's just a small damage boost to keep my magic power on his eye. And time should be right about now. And that's Apprentice. Anybody could do that. There are no glitches. It's pretty straightforward. Just get rabbits and jump indoors. And the game's pretty wholesome. I mean, what's not wholesome about saving rabbits? Until you blast the eyes out of flowers and snakes. But who cares about that? We're saving rabbits.
Well, GG on that. What's the world record for that?
That is a good question. I think it's 3 minutes and 32 seconds. Which
That's pretty close.
I've managed to get after resetting like 800 times. Those potatoes are nasty. You need them in in Temple Land and Snowland specifically. You can't get them at any other time because it'll lose time otherwise. And I think I did the math, and it was like a 5.6% chance of you getting those potatoes in any given run. So 1 in 20 runs will actually make it past Snowland, assuming you're not doing poorly already.
Wow. It does seem like a little bit of grinding, but that's actually a pretty close time.
It's grindy, but if you skim through the leaderboards, there's roughly 15, 16, 17 more people who all have reasonable times that didn't have to do that kind of grinding. And so
Just
anybody...
that last 30 seconds from 4 minutes is pretty rough.
Yeah, going from 4 minutes lower is a little tough, but getting below 5 minutes is really easy. And it makes me excited when I find new people have submitted runs to this game. So I'm hoping tomorrow I find a plethora of new runners sitting here in my I need to validate these runs tomorrow morning. Alright. So let's move on to Wizard. Now, Wizard's a totally different beast. I mean, the game mechanics are roughly the same. Collect rabbits, get words, get in the door. But now, I'm going to really require all of those fruits. Normally, a run would just start fresh, like you saw in Apprentice, where I'll mix a strawberry and an apple. But because that's not quite marathon safe, I do have a little password that'll give me the shop, which I do require. If you can all forgive me. Otherwise, we'll have a run that'll go for like 3 minutes and then just die to bad RNG. But just so everybody, or nobody feels like I'm cheating too much, I'm going to get rid of all the stars that they give me. I'll have to redo that. Alright, you can start the time now. It's kind of arbitrary.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, sorry. It's, like I said, it's not a normal run, so I'll just get started.
Cool. Good luck.
Normally I would, like I said before, I would mix an apple and a strawberry to start the run, but we're just going to start the game by getting rid of all those stars. I don't need them. At least, they're not fair stars, and so I'll just mix them. It does effectively nothing, and we'll just move on with the run. See, does nothing. So the beginning of Wizard is similar to that of Apprentice, except that I need to get an apple and a banana as fast as possible. By level 3, to be exact. Again, because I wanted to make sure that this was marathon safe, I put in a password that would skip the need to get the apple and banana, but I'm still going to grab them. So we're going to do 3 levels here, and then we'll start doing some shop stuff. And if you're watching this run right now, wondering if you are able to do this, I mean, Apprentice is one thing, but Wizard's a little bit harder. I did manage to walk a fellow Blast the Process runner through this game just a couple of weeks ago. And he did submit his own Wizard run. And even with some small hiccups here and there, he was able to get 3rd place out of, I guess, out of only 4, but the other 2 runs, or the one run he did beat, was a little bit more optimized. I almost forgot that I was playing Wizard here for a moment, and forgot to grab all my carrots and bananas. One of the best parts about running this game, actually, is that everything is completely unique every run. So I'm just selling all the fruits and vegetables that I had lying around. They're all going to decay before I need them, so just sell them for stars so we can buy stuff later. But every run is completely unique. The rabbit spawns are unique. The fruit spawns, door spawns, all of that. And so even though I have a general thought of, like, what levels I want to play and win, that doesn't mean that the run's going to work out as expected. I always have to be able to be on my toes. So I might take a death here. Yeah. But that's fine. There's only been a couple of deathless Wizard runs, and one of them is currently the world record here. So I think it can live with 1 or 2 deaths for a marathon. So getting that potato in there was actually pretty important. I mentioned before that I found a new route, and that requires a potato at a specific point, and I did get it. So that means we'll get to take on the new route. It'll save roughly 40 seconds, if not a little bit more with more optimization later on. But since finding that new route, I did manage to shave 40 seconds off the world record in this particular category. A cabbage is helpful here. I will use this to make a sale in the shop by mixing a banana with it. If you're hearing a clicking noise, it's probably my controller. I'm sorry. I will try to reduce the amount of clicking you're getting from my controller. Alright, so I've got 3 fruits. 4, 5... Oh, well, that's interesting. I screwed that up. Let's see. That's what I get for not paying attention. Alright, on to safety strats. Alright, so these are the words you need to know, and the only reason you need to know them is you can basically quintuple your stars. So all these words have silly little definitions. And hopefully I don't misclick and make this worse than it already is. Whiffler, we got that word twice. Alright, so that cabbage actually helps fix my screw up here. I did not mean to buy the avocado when I did. But no big deal, we still have the old route, and that's perfectly fine. It is possible that this potato just bailed me even more. Alright, so now I need to sell that strawberry. It's kind of gone rogue. So we'll buy the banana and actually do what I meant to do in the first place. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And since I have 16 fruits, that means that I no longer have to worry about collecting fruits throughout the rest of the run. We'll skip Woodland because nobody wants to play that stage. It's awful. And we'll just jump straight into grassland again. And, oh, there's the extra time icon. As silly as this game can be, it can also be ruthless. That extra time icon only shows up when you're down to less than 10 seconds of time left. And it's completely random when it'll show up. I've not found any way to consistently get it to show up without using some weird cheat that can force it. So there's no way to genuinely get it to show up. Alright, so we've done 8 levels. Now we get to fight the snake. Poke his eyes out a little bit. Alright, and so now we've got another 8 levels to play, but playing levels is boring, and what we're going to do is we're going to skip 7 of them. And to buy all the stuff I need, I'm going to mix this avocado and this cherry, and that should turn all of these fruits into mushrooms. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I just buy some extra time so we don't die anymore. Need the apple. And at this point, you're just mixing fruits. I know exactly what all of them need to be. It just takes some time to get used to grabbing them in the correct order. The order that I put them in doesn't really matter, just as long as I get the correct pair. I do try to grab the fruits that are on this tree here since they're further away from the cauldron. And sometimes I'll just kind of move them around you can jump into a fruit after it's been picked to replace it with the other fruit. Alright. So that's all of the levels skipped. We get to play Snowland. Now, ideally, I won't pick up this extra bonus letter. If you pick up 5 bonus letters throughout the game, you will get just a small bonus round, but all it does is add effectively 40 seconds to your time, which apparently we're going to do now. Unless I die. Actually, dying is far quicker than playing that bonus round. We'll just accept our fate. And now that we've reached, once we've passed the snake, we now actually have to play 3 rounds per level instead of 2, which we were doing with most of Apprentice and most of Wizard. Alright, so we get this rabbit, enter the door, we now have a clock, and time will come up when the clock dies, which will be when I destroy the pendulum and he will fall off screen. I'll give you a better warning when we approach that. So we just have to take out his last 2 eyes and the pendulum now. And time will be coming up when he effectively dies. Time.
GG. 1332. Well, arbitrarily started.
Yeah, I mean, that's still pretty good considering I made some mistakes here and there.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid run. Except for the avocado buy.
Yeah, I did not mean to buy avocado cherry when I did. I meant to buy potato lemon. And yeah, but oh well. It worked out. The game is somewhat forgiving in that regard in the Wizard category.
Gotcha. Well, thanks for running this and
Yeah.
showing this game off.
No problem. If anybody wants to learn how to run this game, please contact me. I will get you whatever it is you need to play. If it's Apprentice, you just need to go fast, but if you want to learn Wizard, I can sit down with you for an hour or 2 and get you through this. It's a freaking blast to play, and I would highly recommend it.
Well, awesome. Any last words?
No, thanks for having me, and I believe we have, what, Dynamite Cop coming up now?
That's correct. Coming up next.
Alright, I have no idea what that game's like, but I'm definitely going to hang out for that, and I'm looking forward to Streets of Rage, so...